Good day to you, Taurus. Welcome to Meenakshi Tarot. This is a general reading for the last week of July. The exact dates will be put in the description box. So, Taurus, this is just general. Like I said, looking at your sun, your moon, your Venus, your rising. And if this reading resonates with you, then quite amazing. If not, please look at your moon and your Venus and your rising signs. So, this is quite interesting. You've got yin and yang, daughter value, and financial constraints, which is sort of like kind of weird because it's like daughter value is finances coming in, and financial straits is about struggling and having a situation where money is a bit of an issue. So we see here coming up as the Ace of Wands under yin and yang. Yin and yang is about being very balanced with yourself, Taurus, balancing your feminine, masculine energy and realizing the importance of that. You have the Ace of Wands, Hangman, Temperance, Taurus. This is Sagittarius energy coming up here. You've got the Two of Wands. You have got the Ten of Pentacles. You've got the Ten of Wands in reverse. You've got the Nine of Wands under financial constraints. Three of Swords. And you have got the Page of Wands. There's definitely a message here for you Earth signs. There's like something that you guys are going through. So there's something here requiring balance for you guys, Taurus. You really need to have this balance. It's so important that you have this balance. We see that there's a lot of new beginnings, new situations, new relationships. Some of you could even be starting something new in a work situation. You could have had a new project, something new, but it's something new that requires you to be very balanced in the way that you are looking at things. You got the Hangman with Temperance. So some of you could have to look quite differently at creating balance within yourself, balance within your situations. And some of you, could be a very foreign concept for some people to create this balance. Sometimes, it's always about Taurus. You could have been very bullheaded, wanting things your own way for a long time. And now you see yourself in this situation, feeling a little bit, with this Hangman energy, thinking, I'm sorry, excuse me. Let me just grab some water here, sorry. With this Hangman energy of having to view life a bit differently. You've got this Temperance energy, very balanced. Some of you really needing to realize that you have this creative energy. You have this opportunity to create newness. But you all also need to be very calm and focused in how you are doing this. It also warns about not becoming too excessive in the things that you are doing, creating this balance. This new opportunity that's coming through to you, it's something that has been a lot of planning in the works. It isn't something that just happened overnight. We see that you had, we see with this Two of Wands energy and this Ten of Pentacles, but you've also got this Ten of Wands in reverse, is that there was a lot of, you had a lot of initiative ideas. There's a lot of, some of you could be dealing with things on a global level, could be dealing with work ideas that is actually bringing you news from afar. Some of you have got all of this information, this knowledge. It's almost as though you are in a power of authority. Some of you could be in a power of authority and giving opportunities to other people. And you see that coming through this, giving these opportunities to other people. Almost as though it's like wanting to help others generationally. Could be friends, family, you're wanting to give opportunities, and you want people to be able to hold on to your lessons that you have learned. And this is what you need to know, is that you can't expect people to learn the lessons that you have learned. These are your lessons that you have learned. All you can do is maybe share your knowledge, your wisdom, but people will make up their own minds. They may not necessarily value and take up every opportunity that you bring towards them. They may not do it the way that you expect them to do it. And sometimes with this financial restraints, it's talking about, looking at, be so mindful of not putting yourself in the situation where you've got all this money coming in and then you're still sitting here with having nothing to show for it. You really need to see how it is and what it is that you're getting yourself involved in. Things that are going to be, making you lose a grip on things, not having control of your situations, not having control of your financials, you're losing a grip of the things that you were so prosperous with. So you need to be mindful of that. This could be like a career situation for some of you, where you are losing a grip on things. Be very mindful of what you are doing and the part that you are playing here, Taurus. We see you, even though, you know what, it's going through this situation, it's almost as though you feel so beaten up. You've learnt a lot, but you feel so betrayed about it and expecting to have this new information, this new news. But this can be, you need to have this, like these new ideas, and waiting for this news, for this new ideas, bringing this balance with this financial prosperity that's coming your way. But being so mindful of not losing everything that you have, Taurus. This is like mindful energy. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm feeling here. You know what? You've worked a lot for things, but be careful of not letting go. And as you are getting to where you're supposed to be, you are just losing focus. Some of you could really just drop the ball at the 11th hour, so to say. It's very important that you put this into perspective. I mean, to work so hard and to lose everything, Taurus. What are you focusing on? What are you letting in? What are you being complacent about? So just be very mindful of that, okay? 2 cards fell on the floor here. Let me see what it is. Okay. What's come out there? Star energy, Aquarius energy here. 2 of Cups. Okay, interesting. And you've got 4 of Pentacles that's come up here. Okay, shuffling some more. Shuffle some more, so see what else is going on here for you. It's quite interesting. Responsibility and accountability. Not losing focus, not dropping the ball. It's very important, Taurus, that you don't drop the ball, especially when you've reached this level of success for yourself. You've got King of Swords, 2 of Swords, 7 of Wands, 3 of Wands, Page of Swords, 4 of Swords. So let's have a look at this. Okay. So you've got this energy. Ace of Wands could be definitely a dream coming true for some of you, a new idea. But you know, with this water balancing energy, you've got this here, balancing, creating this balance within yourself. It's important that you do that. Create this balance within yourself. So I'm just moving this around so that I can see a little bit more clearly what it is that I need to say to you. So some of you also need to change the way you're viewing a relationship, and it could be with one particular person. You could have had an expectation of a new beginning, of a dream comes true with maybe a love situation, and you were expecting things to work out. Some of you it could have been something that you loved doing, maybe a business situation where you expected to have a partnership with somebody, and but it also warns about you not holding on too tightly, you know, being too grasping and wanting to control. You'll be so careful of not wanting to be seen as somebody who's selfish here, Taurus. You know, you want to help somebody, you need to use your wisdom, and you need to be able to share the wisdom that you have. It's important that you share this wisdom. We've got this King of Swords energy. This is air energy. And it's really about being very decisive, you know, really looking towards. You've learned a lot. You've gained this wisdom. You have a lot of knowledge about it. Could be relationship, could be work, a skill that you have a lot of knowledge of, that as you're in a position of authority. You've been placed in this position of authority. And we see you needing to use this wisdom as you're waiting maybe for news from afar. You're giving people opportunities. So we see you needing to draw upon this wisdom as you make your decisions. You know, comes down to timing with everything. Even when it comes to this generosity with this 10 of Pentacles on the 2 of Swords, it's also being, you need to just follow your inner wisdom. You know what is the right thing to do, how it is the best way to handle your financial situation. So you need to have a lot of wisdom with regards to how you're managing things. And you see you've got the 7 of Wands defensive energy here with the 10 of Wands in reverse, 7 of Wands, 10 of Wands in reverse, letting go. And it's like on one stage you're losing control and you're feeling very defensive about things instead of allowing life to flow. This is important that you allow things to flow. You need to let go of and this is what it says to me, you know, you're trying to hold on to something here, but you need to let it go and allow life to flow. Allow it to flow so that maybe this, I'm going to actually draw another card on this financial constraints because it bothers me a bit that you're going from this prosperity to this lack. It's quite intense. You see that a lot of you are, you know, you've worked hard, you've planted the seeds, you put in a lot of effort and you've done your time, And definitely you can see your ship is coming in, and there's this financial reward, and you're literally waiting. It's what you've been waiting for, this prosperity that you've been waiting for. We see with regards to, choices, partnerships, you need to be very careful. Make sure you read the fine line, and don't miss anything. Don't miss anything. Read the details. Be careful as well of other people interfering in your relationships, people lying to you, also be careful yourself. If this is relating to you, Taurus, be careful of being deceitful and dishonest in a relationship and causing unnecessary problems for yourself. We see that some of you needing to, you're receiving some news which is going to require you to rest a bit, to think about what is coming your way, and not allow yourself to be so caught up with the truth. Let me just get another oracle card here for you on this financial constraints. Let me see what is another message here for you for financial constraints. A little bit of clarity as to why financial constraints has come up for you, Taurus. This is a little bit bothersome after the positivity of all the other cards. Let's see, what is the message here? You need to use your sixth sense to look at a situation when it comes to your finances. You need to rise above, I would say, just thinking about your base needs. You need to rise above that. You need to have a lot of wisdom with regards to thinking about things. And you need to not allow yourself to be caught up in your idea of what is good. Sometimes, what our personal needs, our personal desire for our own prosperity, what makes us happy, seems to dictate a lot of it's a selfish way of thinking. Me, myself, and I thinking, what is it that I want, that I need? You need to think of the collective. To put yourself from a flux of such amazing inflow to such dire straits is not the way to go. It's really not the way to go, Taurus. Ascending the mountain, keep moving, keep going forward. So you need to just, keep moving forward with yourself. You need to be very positive. You need to trust your higher instincts and let go of this desire to control and hold on to old habits. Some of you could be holding on to old habits, holding on to things because you are resistant to change. So if that is you, Taurus, you're resistant to change, let go. Let go of the holding on and see that you will ascend the mountain and start to enjoy life with this wondrous universe, walking in beauty and really having more pleasure than what you would have thought you would have otherwise had. And you need to just realize that you need to just surrender into the journey and instead of trying to control the whole situation, instead of trying to control the narrative for yourself. This is a situation where doing things the way you want to do it may not be the best way for you, Taurus, but rather doing it. There's this saying that I really like. It's not just about doing the right thing, it's about doing things right. And this is your truth right now, about doing things right, Taurus. So I'm going to draw now Starseed Oracle, see where we go to from here. This is quite intense, Taurus. It's really quite a change about. You can actually feel the energies in the air is changing. There's this movement. Things are not the way it used to be. And you sense it all of the time. And you've got this amazing card, Empathic Starseed. Energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. So some of you are empaths. Some of you could be feeling that. You feel others' pain, you feel others' trauma, what other people are going through. And it's so important as you are evolving in your situations that you don't fall into some sort of, becoming, constantly feeling sorry for other people. And it happens. We all become like that. We can become like that. We can become where we become so caught up in other people's stuff. So you need to shift that energy of saying to yourself, okay, sorry, let me get my thoughts in order here. Everything is just jumbling up in my head. What you need to do is that you need to, Taurus, realize that in a relationship or partnership, that you do need to give the other person the opportunity to prove themselves and their worth in the relationship, because people don't want to feel useless, and you need to acknowledge them for who they are and where they're at. Sometimes you can be so sensitive to what's going on, and some of you could be very prone to addictions or depression, and because you are not understanding other people's feelings or other people's moods, and you are absorbing energy in the wrong way. And this is this talk about, trying to control everything. You need to just let go of what you think is the right way, what you think is the correct way. You need to find your truth. Some of you could find that you don't want to be part of big social circles. You want to be part of smaller, intimate gatherings. Make your circle smaller if you need to. Some of you just, especially if you're absorbing other people's energies. If you're in a large crowd, there's too many people around you, you can start to feel very drained. And you don't need that. You need to be gentle with yourself. You need to allow yourself time. You need to give yourself opportunity to just recover your energy levels. Decide what it is that you want to be. Create that pace, that energy for yourself. You take this unnecessary pressures of the world off your shoulders. So instead of just constantly absorbing, thinking you're doing what other people needs you to do, and getting caught up in other people's dramas and other people's issues, you need to concentrate on yourself and focus on your own energy, so as not to put yourself in the situation where you have this influx and then you have a situation of regret, where there's this total loss, where there's wanting to hold on to things instead of just letting go and looking at a different way of doing things. So Taurus, your message really is about focusing on yourself, letting go of what you can't control, understanding what you can control, and also being kind to yourself. Being kind to yourself and being committed in your situations, and allowing the other person to speak up their truth and validate themselves in the relationship, instead of you just jumping to conclusions and having your own ideas about things, and trying not to sometimes impose your moods and your attitudes on the next person. So you need to ask, where is that person coming from, and not just focus on what you think that person is saying, what you think that person is feeling. Be a little bit more understanding to who that person is and where that person is coming from. So a lot is required of you this week, and a lot is not required of you this week. So try and create this balance within yourself this week, Taurus. So if anything resonated with you guys, please remember to subscribe and share my videos. Until next time, please take care and goodbye.